Yeah, hi, who just joined? I think we are not able to hear your audio.
We are not able. Hello, Mihir. We are not able to hear you.
Yeah, his audio is not yet connected.
Yeah.
So just wait for that.
Yes.
Hi, good morning, Mir. Thanks for joining us today. You can turn on your video if you would like to, or if you have any questions, you can start the session.
Yeah, hi, good morning, Ravi. Hi.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you again. Yeah.
Do you have any specific questions regarding PSM or Scrum training?
I had the query particularly if this the training or the content I went through and it was really very impressive with respect to real time understanding the industry experience from your industry experience. But thing is, I'm little having concern if it is sufficient for PSM2 also certification to apply PS4.
No, this is tailored for PSM1.
Okay.
Yeah, so PSM2, we need to go a little advanced in the subject.
Okay. And is it also? I hope it should be okay for PSM one, right? This
Yes.
content.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I had queries in this area actually, basically. So.
Okay.
Okay.
So because there is a new Scrum Guide 2020 released
Yeah.
by the original authors. Our course content will cover that also.
Yeah, the latest revised Scrum guide.
Yeah, the revised Scrum Guide.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
So regarding the exam pattern, there are some speculations and theories, but as far as the official communication is concerned, there is no change in the exam pattern or whether it is going to change and what will it change after January. But
Okay.
for us, stays as it was earlier. It is right now.
Okay.
So in 2020, Scrum Guide also did not change much. Little bit of vocabulary here and there, but yeah. So they keep updating to make sure that we are, accommodating all the new learnings from the ground. So they release a new version, but yeah. So our training will cover the new guide.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Right.
So, Ravi sir, we had some messages from people on some questions.
Sure.
So, a few of them, some of them. So, one of them is, what are the some drawbacks of using Scrum?
Okay.
So, as a Scrum, for somebody to train as a Scrum master, so they're asking what are the some drawbacks of using Scrum. So, if you could highlight something on those lines.
Yeah. See, so we cannot say there are some drawbacks. It basically we need to understand to which project we need to apply which methodology. So if you are doing a reverse engineering project, a project which output is predicted and it is same output is produced every time, you and better go for the standard SDLC lifecycle. So let me share my screen. Can you give me the permission to share the screen?
Yes, sir. Doing that. You can do that now.
Yeah. So just let me show you the PowerPoint which I shared in my talk. Yeah. So if you see this SDLC life cycle that I explained in our webinar, So SDLC is good when the output is defined very clearly. We expect the same output every time we execute that. And there are a predefined set of steps to achieve a desired output. It is good for simple and complex problems. And this is the type of projects where we can apply SDLC or software development lifecycle or a waterfall method. So we have the requirements frozen. We know exactly what is the output. We know how much, what are the steps to be taken, and we know what is output to be given. So for that, the standard SDLC waterfall method is good. But for the projects where the output is not clearly defined, the project evolves as we develop, and continuously we learn from the developed projects. We push it to the market, takes the feedback from the market, again refine the project. So it is a continuous improvement process. So in those scenarios, Scrum is the best. So you should not apply Scrum to the waterfall method, or should not apply a waterfall method to the constantly changing environment. So these are tailored for two different set of projects. We have to apply accordingly. So most of the organizations fail, or the products fail, because they try to emulate some of the SDLC, some of the Scrum, and make it a hybrid model. So hybrid models are not really models that will work. Hybrid models are models that will fail. So if you want to do the Scrum, you have to do wholeheartedly according to the Scrum basic principles, and then apply it religious. And one more time, I think that Scrum might fail if the people don't properly understand the Scrum. If they, for the namesake, as I told you in my earlier session, people do use Scrum for the namesake, because see, I am a consulting organization. I want to tell to the customer, oh, we have Scrum executed across all projects, whether it is a reverse engineering project or a maintenance project. But to the market or to my customers, I want to boast that I'm using Scrum. So they try to force fit Scrum to the current projects. That's where the Scrum fails, because the management did not understand properly, the people did not understand properly, they were not trained properly, and they tried to just use a vocabulary and then say, oh, we tried Scrum and it failed. The other aspect of the Scrum is very much focused on project execution. So it only concerns about the output of a product, how the product implement, how it can go into the market, how can it beat the market, how can it generate revenue for the market. It is all product centric approach. But in a larger organization, you need not only a product centric approach, you also need a people centric approach. So how the people will grow, how the people will be evaluated, and from the product angle, what they executed and how they will grow in the organization is not linked. There is no process set as of now how to link this people development uh, and the process development together. So those are the models that are going to come into the market. Just like we had CMM, then we had a people CMM, PCMM. So it is an evolving process. Scrum is getting evolved. So it will continue to evolve for next 5 years till it touches every sphere of a big organization. If you take a big organization like Infosys or TCS or any big product development company, how the whole organization will be aligned in the Scrum model, it takes a while, because the processes to align people and the process Scrum is not yet fully done. There are some safe as a list and other things that are being tried, but yeah, so nothing solid is now at present. People, the industrials, academicians, they're still working on the process to touch the other aspects of product development and organization. So Scrum, as I told you, is a product centric, and to make sure that we develop high quality, high value product that can beat the market and generate revenue for our organization.
Thank you, sir. Sir, there is one more question that has come up. So basically, it talks a little bit about technicalities and some details. So the question is, what is a burn up and a burn down chart?
Okay. So burn up and burn down chart. See, basically, burn down chart is, is generally the standard one that is followed as per the Scrum guide. So burn down chart is, okay, you estimate I am going to deliver say so many story points in this sprint. So we will come little later when we go into the detailed sessions. So estimation in the Scrum are done based upon the story points. So I have one feature, say for example, so implement a registration, a login registration. So that takes, say I can say as two story points. And say, then I will have another things, okay, generate a new report for me. That takes say four story points. So together in the Scrum planning, we will estimate all the features that are high priority now. And then we estimate them in the story points, and we will assess within the team's capacity and velocity how many story points we can deliver. And the whole team commits, okay, we can deliver at 20 story points as a team for this 2 weeks sprint. So once they have these 20 points, that is our goal. Our goal is to do these, four features, which accommodates to 20 story points. So you start with 20 story points. The moment you finish a feature, then you knock it down. Okay, so four story points done, three story points done. You know, as the feature is getting close, you will basically see the task to be done or the story points to be finished coming down and down and down. So in the Scrum, we never actually estimate or track what is to be done, how much is left over to be done, and I'm sorry, what we have delivered. We don't look backwards. So I delivered, okay, I finished four story points, I have to finish six story points. We don't look backward how much I have done, but we always look forward how much is left over. That is a shift in the mindset when we in the SDLC, the regular waterfall method or software development life cycle, we generally report what I have done, how much effort I spent, how much time I spent, how many features I delivered. What is done is tracked and reported. Whereas Scrum, I don't really worry about what is done. I am worried about what is yet to be done. So what is left over? Okay, I need another among 20 story points. Okay, 16 are remaining. So today I work hard. So I develop something, I scrap something. Okay, today I did not progress anything. So tomorrow, my still target is 16 story points. So what is left over is very important. So that's how we will see as you go towards the end of the sprint, you see the leftover is becoming closer to zero. So it goes like a burn down chart. So Scrum model, we basically estimate a burn down chart, not really a burned up chart. You can still track what is being done, how much we already delivered or how much we have completed. Also, we can track. That is called a burn up chart. But as a process, our focus should be a burn down, not a burn up.
Great. Thank you, sir. So another question is that how can you determine if the company needs agile, and how can you determine the success of agile in the company?
Yeah. So I told you what determines whether you need agile or not is what kind of projects you are targeting for. If your company is all out to go for maintenance project, production support projects, testing projects, BPO, KPO projects, don't go for agile. If your project, your company is targeting product development, new features, new products, then it is a time for you to shift to agile. And so what is the second question?
So how can you determine the success of agile in the company?
Yeah. So the success of the agile is basically depends upon how successfully you are able to deliver the projects using agile methodology. how well the people understood and how well they are able to turn around the things and deliver to the customer satisfaction. That's it pretty much.
Okay, sir. So there is another question on Scrum. Should so sorry, I missed the question. So the list of the question. So should Scrum team be involved in product discovery process?
Yes, Scrum team product discovery process. Basically, when you say Scrum team, we have three major roles: Scrum Master, the dev team, what we call, and the product owner. So product owner is the one who is involved in the discovery process. Discovery process in the sense he goes to the market, studies the market, brings the features, goes to the stakeholders, goes to the approving authority. He tells them, okay, if you want our product to be successful, this is what our competitor is offering, and we should beat them. We should add more features to them, and this is the whole set of features that we need to make our product a viable product and a market a product that we can gain the market share. And then he lists down all those features. So the discovery process of identifying the features to be implemented is done by the product owner, who is considered as a part of the Scrum team.
Okay.
Though he may not be a part of dev team, so because there are two different words. A Scrum team means product owner, Scrum master, and the dev team. So the dev team may not go into the discovery process, but the product owner goes into the discovery process of identifying the features to be implemented.
Right. So I think yeah, that is about it, sir. Right now, Mihir, do you have any other question?
I have one more query. Just would like to know if we are following a common Scrum framework in SAFe, PSM, and CSM, all these three standards at the moment.
Okay, so the Scrum framework is one and the same. See, CSM and PSM are only the certification bodies. So they are nothing to do with the Scrum framework. Scrum framework is done by Ken and others, and the same framework is implemented all across the world. CSM, Certified Scrum Master, is done by Scrum Alliance, a non-profit organization founded by the original founders of Scrum only. And through an approved trainer, they train the people into Scrum Master certification. It is a certification they will give. So the same founder started scrum.org also in 2010, I guess. And he started offering directly from scrum.org, from their website, this certification, PSM, Professional Scrum Master certification. For PSM, there is no mandatory rule that you must go through a formal training. If you are good, if you have learned on the job, you have learned in your organization, you are confident of Scrum uh, processes and policies and Scrum framework, then you can directly give a test and get the certificate. Whereas the CSM is another governing body. They mandate that you should go to a 2 full day workshop with them, and then they will recommend you to the Scrum Alliance, and they will also enable you for a test. And that must be done through a approved training body. So whereas a PSM is our choice, but you can Google, you can learn, but we recommend you to go to a recognized or an experienced trainer or a mentor, so that you are able to understand the concept clearly, you are able to crack the exam easily. So that's where we are trying to help the people to make them understand what they cannot understand by seeing videos or by reading the documentation, and help them to really get the bottom of this Scrum framework, and also help them to clear the PSLs. So that is the only thing. The SAFe is a completely different framework. We don't get into the SAFe now.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I think if we don't have any other questions, we can close this for now. I think if anybody sends any other questions, just shoot me in the mail or WhatsApp, and I will respond, and we
Right.
can probably share them in the FAQs later point of time.
Right. We'll do that.
All
Right.
right.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, Ravi.
And
Thank you
thanks
very much.
for joining.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.